Hi, this is Professor Whitman with a brief overview of how to get logged into BizSim and how to pick a company if you haven't already done so. So the BizSim simulation is open now. The way to access it is you go here on our homepage in D2L and you see up here in the nav bar the BizSim login. So you click on that. And you can see here's the login screen. If you've never logged into the cyber operations portal, you'll have to create a password. The way to do that is to click on forgot your password. So if you think you should have some kind of login already, if you've never been in the system before, you won't. So just start with the forgot your password. What it will do sometimes is authenticate you and send a code to your email. And it'll be a digit, and you'll just go to your email, grab that code, and put it in, and then you're into the sim. So once you're logged in, you see this landing page. We've got the business function, market planning, negotiations. You will not see market planning or negotiations because you're not enrolled in those right now. Those are other courses. So you're only in the business function, so you can come down here and access course. So when you get to this page, you can see that there's a folders and files tab right here and a BizSim tab. We're not using the folders and files, so you can just skip that. So click here where it says BizSim. And now we're into the simulation and we're ready to choose a business. Now I'm going to give you a quick overview. This is Cyberopolis. You see this town here? And you can scroll in, I can scroll out. All of the gray buildings that you see here and up here and over here are businesses that you can select to be your business in the sim. So what I encourage you to do is just start clicking on them. Here's Toolbox and Shops. Monthly rent, $5,250. And you can go down and see the different costs that are associated with this business. You can also see that its product margin is pretty low and its market size is small, but its sales quantity is medium. Down here, when you're looking at different businesses, make sure that you're looking at your foot traffic. So the umbrella doesn't mean a rainy day, it means spring. These are seasons. The sun is summer, and then we have autumn, and we have winter. And you can see that the traffic patterns, foot traffic patterns change throughout the year, which is important to know for your marketing. So I don't want to necessarily run a toolbox shop this semester, so I'm going to keep clicking. So over here, AutoVerts is an auto supply store. Let's see what's over here. Workshops, tools, and we have a lot of tools over here. Cultural Ephemeral is makeup and beauty. That sounds kind of fun. The monthly rent is $6,000, and you can go down and see the different stuff there, the different costs, and then of course the foot traffic. Let's go see what some of these are. I know there's some cycling shops over here. Oh, decor, home goods. You'll notice when you are poking around in here looking for a business that the businesses are pretty much clothing, shoes, auto parts, there's some cycling, and there's home decor kinds of things. So they're all along those lines. And remember that throughout the semester, you will base all of your BizSim assignments on your sim in the business. And you will write a business plan for your final in here, which will be based on the business that you choose. So I think I'll just pick decor. It's got a nice low monthly rent relative to the others. So I'm going to sign the lease. And remember, once you click on it and sign the lease, you can't change it. That's your company. So I'm going to click on sign. And it's waiting. There we go. So here you can see finance your company. There's different finance rates. You can finance, just borrow $100,000 to start or up to $300,000, but know that the interest rate goes up a lot. These are really, really high interest rates. My goodness, it's like a credit card. So know that because that will affect your profit margin later. So I'm going to go with $100,000 just so I can buy equipment and get started, hire some employees and that kind of thing. This over here on this table, it's important to look at this. It shows you your running costs, so you can kind of keep track of what's going on there. Now that we have finished all of our financing, our startup financing, we'll click on next. And here we're going to go to purchase inventory and equipment. And if you need some little tips, the equipment refers to cash registers, credit card machines, store fixtures, that kind of thing. It's not a super sensitive sim, so you can only choose low, medium, or high. And also you can determine your inventory levels, like the quality of inventory and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go with medium for my equipment package. So I'm not going to break the budget with a high equipment, but I can come back later and change that if I need to. The quality of my decor of inventory, I think I'm going to go with medium. Again, you can change that later if it doesn't suit you or you feel like you're just not doing as well as you could. Here, your inventory, these are automatic, that you will always have at least 10% available, up to 25% of inventory available, or a manual restock. I'm going to start with 25% available, just because that's what appeals to me. So I've finished my purchase and inventory setup for my business. So I'm going to click next. Over here, I don't have any employees. You need employees to run your business. And so I'm going to go in here and hire some folks. I think it's important to have a manager personally. So I'm going to hire one full-time manager. I'm going to give them a medium wage and save. And I don't think you can have just one employee, especially with a retail business. You need a bunch of folks. So I'm going to hire some staff people, maybe one full-time staff person at a medium wage level. And let's say another part-time person just to get started. And I'm going to make them a staff member, medium. You can do this in any configuration you feel works for you. Just make sure you keep an eye on how much it's costing you and your profit and loss. So there we go. You can always come back in later if you determine you've hired too many people. You can fire them, let them go. If you are seeing your sales and your customer satisfaction not doing so hot, it might be a sign that you need to hire more people to help your customers, and you can come back in and hire more folks. So right down here, it reiterates that your staff directly relates to your customer satisfaction level. And they can quit on you, so be aware of that. So I'm going to click on the next page here. So now we're on operations. So level of insurance. Insurance levels are spelled out down here. Low covers fire and flood damage, and it is the cheapest payment you have. Medium covers vandalism and theft. And high covers cyber attacks. Now, these things are random in the simulation. They just kind of happen. And so you really don't have any way of predicting them. So that's kind of what makes it fun. And it's also why you should check into the sim a couple times a week, just to make sure everything's okay. You don't want to find out, after a week's gone by that you have no inventory because you were robbed. So I'm going to choose the medium. I'm going to hope that there's no cyber attacks. And that's a little bit cheaper for me as well. And again, over here in the running costs, you can see how much this is costing. So up here this month, the January 2023, it's a little less because it's prorated. It's not the full month. For February, I'm going to get hit with the full charge. And yes, I do realize that the dates do not correspond with actual time. This is sim time, and you will cover about 2 years in the sim over the course of the next few weeks. So 2 years in the sim, 7 weeks in the class. Over here, you can decide if you want to sell things online, like a Amazon type online store with a storefront, or a storefront only. I'm going to choose just a storefront. I want to keep things simple. So, and then down here, you can see, that online stores are also subject to shipping costs, that kind of thing. That's why I'm keeping it simple. So now I'm going to click next. And we're on our final page, and this is marketing. Marketing's fun because you can come back in and fine tune it a lot. Social media, television, storefront. Storefront just means like a sandwich board, signage, that kind of thing in front of your store. Social media, there's 2 types of social media in the Cyberopolis, and one of them is Trippy Hub, which is like Twitter, and the other one is Social Park, which is like Facebook. I am a big believer in social media marketing, so I'm going to start with medium levels of marketing. And you can see, again, the prices over here, the running costs associated with that. I'm not going to do television because television tends to be pretty expensive, and I think for my small little home decor business, it's not a good fit. For some businesses, it is, but maybe it's not for me. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Storefront, I'm going to have, just a little bit of signage out front. Maybe some email campaigns for my loyal customers, keep those prices low. Radio, I don't know, I might want to do that seasonally, but I'll start out with low for now with radio. So now you can see how that bumped up our marketing costs, And you can also come down here and advertise on billboards. So you can find, if you want to get people from the other side of town to know about you, you could place a billboard. And this is where that foot traffic metric comes in handy, because then you can just run billboards at the time that you want to draw more people in, like say during the holidays. I'm not actually going to click on this because there are a finite number of billboards. Once they're all taken, other students can't get them. So I don't want to take one up for my demo company. So I'm not going to purchase the billboard. So, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Finish wizard. And so now we're going to wait a second while it processes, and then it's going to show us the dashboard. So here we go, decor. We're in the dashboard. We have a 0% customer satisfaction and a negative profit because we haven't had any customers yet. Not surprised with that. You can see 2 months have already elapsed. That's the project setup time. So we're in winter. It's January 2023. It's 11 months. I lied. So it's a 1 year time frame. Sometimes we've run this where it was 2 years in the sim. So I apologize for that misinformation. But here's where you're going to check in. This is where I want you to check in all the time. You can see your current inventory levels, the calamities. That's where you'll find out if you've been robbed, if your business had a flood, that kind of stuff. You'll want to check that. You'll want to check your customer satisfaction data to know if your staffing levels are appropriate. You can alter your marketing as you go along. You can see here, I don't have any TV, but maybe later I'll decide, hey, I want to do a lot of TV. Add a storefront. I thought I already clicked on that, but here we go. So we're going to have another ad out in front of the storefront. And again, it adds it to my running costs. And you can change these. These little edit buttons mean that you can change it. So operations, you're going to want to check in with your operations. If you're running out of money and you need more seed capital, you can apply for more funding. But remember, it's going to have those higher interest rates. You can change your restock mode. You can change your equipment level. Maybe you feel that you selected too low of an equipment category, and that's affecting customer service. You can change that. Operations is where you hire people or hire people depending on your needs. This is where you change your insurance. Sales type is locked. That was the online versus online plus bricks and mortar, or excuse me, online and bricks and mortar, or only bricks and mortar. I can't change that. And then finally, your reports. And your reports are going to be kind of important because as you go through those BizSim assignments, you're going to be called upon to talk about your financials, you're doing as far as profits and loss go, your revenues, that kind of thing. And you can download all of this here on this page. The other thing that's kind of fun is that it's not activated. Oh, wait, there's the leaderboard. I didn't know if it was activated yet. You can see this. So Green Star Cyclists, they're killing it already. Somebody has selected that. I don't know who it is. That's the fun thing. I don't know who's who on here. And then we've got, so we're in 5th place, and then Weaved Rings is in 6th place. So you can kind of check in, see how you're doing against other businesses, and that can be kind of fun. Before I conclude, just know that all of your assignments are going to be based, your BizSim assignments are going to be based on the business in the sim, as will your business plan that you're going to be putting together. All those BizSim assignments are going to culminate in your final business plan. You're going to be building the different elements of your business plan with each assignment, and then your final will be the full business plan. And from there, I want you to know that if you perform poorly in the sim, like if you just crash and burn, you get robbed every single day, and you have no money that you've made, that's okay. The most important part is that you learn from that. That's what I'm looking for here. So I want you to approach the sim, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to fail. It will not tank your grade in here. So I hope that this has been helpful. If you have any questions at all, please do reach out to me. Take care.